Hello and welcome to Real Talk with Michael
And Lisa.
and Lisa. Yeah, this last week has been unique. Um, I had there's little things that have happened. I can't remember them all now. Um, one I can, but oh, I got jury duty this last week in the middle of the week, and I served at the end of February, and I was able to call and they corrected the system for 12 months from now or whatever. I'll serve again. But I was like, oh, why did that happen? That was a mistake that cost me energy. Took me an hour or so of my life to fix the mistake. And right around that time there was something else that cost even more time than that. You remember what it was?
I think it was our budgeting software.
Well, and that's a current one.
It's still ongoing.
That's current. Like, so they yeah, we've been using envelopes for years, and I would highly recommend them, except right now I can't. Maybe they'll get through this rough patch, and in a week it'll be beautiful again. But yeah, they must be making updates on their end and some mistakes in the budgeting software, and which kind of means our spending gets all frozen up because we track all our spending there and we know how we're doing and what we have left.
Yeah. And somebody that we sold an item to on eBay wanted to return it.
Right, sold an item on eBay and they
Yeah.
wanted to return. That happened at the same time.
Yeah. And then you and I had some conflict.
And it's so this last week there have been, and it's unusual because it's pretty rare to have systems that are functioning great to not function. And that's something that I love doing new and creative things and methodical things, or going back and redoing things isn't a strength of mine.
Yeah.
I'm innovative and creative, and so those things, going back and fixing things that just should have been working, that takes an inordinate amount of energy for me, probably an inordinate amount of energy for anyone, but it's a little more extraordinary for me to,
Yeah.
and for me to go through those things. And it was, each one of those things was kind of a bummer.
And then on top of just everything that is happening with COVID-19 and all the restrictions and the tension and wearing masks, not wearing masks, and people ready for, the restrictions to relieve. So there's that going on. And then a major issue this week that really impacted me to also just having to process was with George Floyd, and then that kind of triggered a lot of things for me too, just about injustice that that I'm still processing about other areas of my life and affecting people I love. So all that to say that it was kind of a rough week this week emotionally, and we're just reaching out because if it was a rough week for us, there's a good chance it might have been a rough week for you.
Yeah, so we're not necessarily trying to teach you to overcome any of the details that came up in our lives, or trying to get you to find out if we got something similar or something. But the truth is, life happens. And sometimes it's beautiful and sometimes it's not.
Yeah, and so our heart was really just to want to encourage you guys today to you're not alone, in the sense of it was a rough week for probably a lot of people. A lot of my friends expressed that it's been a really tough week just processing everything in their personal lives and things in the media. And so we just want to encourage you to know, to stay grounded within your community and within, from Michael and I, just to even be reminded that we are number one. Each other is our number one supporter and teammate and partner, and all the more important in weeks like this that we stay unified, that we remember our connection, and that our battle is not with flesh and blood.
Yeah, we still get, like, all those problems, we get to be involved to bringing home a solution. Um, Most of those things are part of life. They're a required part of life. So we have to resolve the issues, but to live in the moment.
Yeah, we watched
The warrior, the
The
peaceful,
Peaceful
warrior.
Warrior last night, and that was a really good movie and a great reminder to just
Yeah.
be in the moment and to maintain gratitude. And so we just want to take a moment to be in the moment, to feel everything there is to feel, and still have a heart of gratitude.
Yeah, it's we were listening to Jim Stovall recently and in a conversation with him and he talked about gratefulness. How his grandmother taught him, "Hey, you can complain as much as you want to after you take a piece of paper and fill out how many
I
things?
think it was 10 things that he
10.
was grateful for.
You take a piece of pencil and a piece of paper and write down 10 things you're grateful for, and then you can complain." And I kind of did that a couple times today mentally, where I'm like, okay, my health is really good. Um, my life is really good. I can go out in the backyard and you can see in the window behind us the view we're looking at. It's overcast, but it's still beautiful. And you know, our finances have been taken care of amazingly over the last few months, and we're really, really blessed in so many ways. And there's inconvenience. And if I
And-
just focus on the inconvenience, it looks really big.
Yeah, and not even just inconvenience. There's unresolved pain.
Yeah.
There are some real things that are at a deep level, and yeah, but we still have a lot to be grateful for. And so we just want to encourage you today just to remember all the things that you're grateful for as well. And we just want to bless you. We just bless you with peace in this season. We bless you with provision in this season.
Yeah, and we bless you with the truth. Take some time, write down, no matter where you're at or how you're feeling, high or low, write down 10 things you're grateful for. And don't ignore the painful parts. You have to process that and go through those things. But take time to write down 10 things you're grateful for. And it's kind of like, I remember Rick Joyner talking once about how you have the great things in life and the tough things in life, and it's like two rails. And it's not like you get to choose one or the other. You're riding on both of those rails, and it's just a matter of keeping balance between the two. You don't get to completely fall into hopelessness. And in the middle of ecstasy, there's a mixture of pain. And we're on earth. And in heaven, that won't be the case. But here on earth, it's learning to be grateful in the middle of pain and learning to process difficult things in the middle of ecstasy. So, yeah.
Yeah, so we just bless you today. Be encouraged. Run with your tribe. Connect with other people. Connect with the significant people. Yeah.
And this has started out kind of heavy, and honestly, there's been a lot of weight today. I just spent 2 or 3 hours trying to fix our budgeting stuff, and
It's not resolved
and
yet.
I went backwards in 2 or 3 hours. I went backwards, and so I'm like, okay, God, help. So you know what? Here's the deal. We love you. I love her.
I love you.
Yeah. And we have a really exceptionally amazing life. There's bumps, and there's a lot of beauty
And
because
guess
we choose to look at it.
yes, and guess what? You have an amazingly exceptional life too.
And no matter what you're going through, I know we both lost our spouses about 4 or 5 years ago, and there was a lot of pain there. And even in the middle of that, I can remember Deborah. Even when she was on hospice, I can remember sitting down with her, and we found things to be grateful for. So no matter what you're going through, our life isn't that difficult right now. We're not in that kind of place. But you know, even in that place, we've walked through those places, and there still is hope. Always hope. We love you guys. Have a great day. Hope you enjoy this. Man, any last words of wisdom?
If they stuck it out this far, kudos to you. You're amazing. Thank you for supporting us. Yeah, again.
Yeah. Stay grateful. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.